78 Sports TV here. So I'm checking out my boy Boxing Beats and Rhymes page.
Doing it from Boxing Beats and Rhymes channel.
This is Tony Thompson, chilling with Boxing Beats and Rhymes. Everyone is chilling with Boxing Beats and Rhymes. This is that mere hardcore man store on Boxing Beats and Rhymes YouTube channel.
I don't know if you want to answer. Possible Manny Pacquiao fight with Floyd Mayweather. How you feel about that?
Well, basically, it's a fight that still has the potential to happen.
The Thurman win was what I predicted, and that's what it was. But I thought it might have been a little more of a contest, and it wasn't. It wasn't at the end of the day. But I don't know. Maybe they paid a lot of money to get in there, the fans. But I don't know. Some of the boxing fans seemed a bit ignorant. I think the reason the booing took place, because I'm just gonna come out and speak candidly, because of the ignorance from American boxing fans when they talk about British boxing and European boxing. And I'm just going to say ignorance. That's all I'm going to say is ignorance. They don't study European championships, what level of fighters, how tough they are and anything like that. So, that's what you get. That's what you get there. Bundu, he looked nervous at the start. Thurman, fast hands, faster feet, actually. Caught him with a left hook. It was taking Bundu too long to cover the distance. And the left hook floored Bundu. It connected very well. He was hurt. But nevertheless, he gets back up. Switches southpaw to try and confuse Thurman, who would have been looking to go in for the kill. And he survived comfortably enough. Thurman landed body shots in the second, moving well. Too fast, too sharp, too powerful. Bundu did get close for a while, and I'm thinking it would be interesting if he could get past the lead and get inside. Bundu leaps in with a left hook and lands. Thurman lands a good combo. It's a decent fight. It's a decent fight in my opinion. Bundu is not so much losing to Thurman's power, is what I'm realizing by the third round, but it's the footwork which made the difference. It's the footwork, really. If Thurman is forced to engage, I don't think he's going to do very well in the fight that he's forced to engage in. Just my opinion. I don't think he's got the inside game of, I'm going to say the name, you're not going to like it, of Floyd. I don't think he does, but he doesn't need to, because he's young, he's fresh, and he's got good feet. By the fourth, the fight looks lost for Bundu already. The side-to-side movement from Thurman is excellent. He does, however, at the end of the round, throw a couple of roundhouse haymakers, the type of punch where you can get caught because it leaves you so open wide. The crowd are booing at the end of the fifth. Ignorant boxing fans, in my opinion. Bundu lands a left hook because Thurman telegraphs his right at times. Thurman hits back with a left to the body. Bundu gets a little close at the end of the fifth, but it's still the Thurman show so far. Bundu, at times he's able to read Thurman's jab. Thurman gets caught with a few punches that Bundu throws in bunches. Nothing particular damaging lands though. The left hook will be the punch, in my opinion, to bail out Bundu, if any, to turn the fight around. He's getting close with that and he's landed it a few times. Thurman finished the sixth with a good right. Seventh, Bundu lands with a right and a good jab. Thurman too quick, too sharp. Thurman wisely stays on the move, and Bundu wisely doesn't go too crazy. Both men are aware that they pose a threat to each other. In the eighth, a nice combo by Bundu. Thurman sticking to his moving and hitting. The crowd has to realize that they don't all go over quickly in 2 rounds. Bundu walks through a massive right hand, and Bundu lands a good counter. Keith does gamble at times, winding up them big power shots. In the ninth, you can see why Bundu has done well at Euro level, because he's well conditioned, tough, compact, and he's still ambitious, even though he's outclassed. Thurman throwing whip-like hooks and crosses, doing as he pleases, moving, sticking and a poking, punching and a moving. 10, Bundu flurries to the body. A 1-2 in return by Thurman is well delivered to the body. A left hook and a right uppercut is well executed from Thurman. Quality boxing. Bundu is hard to catch square on the chin. In the 11th, Thurman is running down the clock. Bundu still plods forward. Keith keeps the punches and the movement flowing. Bundu hasn't come close to winning a round so far. In the 12th, the Sky broadcaster mentions Maidana as a potential opponent for Keith Thurman, and that will be very interesting. That would be very interesting. The unorthodox style of Maidana would be very interesting. But if you're talking boxing, he won't fare no better in a boxing match than Bundu. But if you can get him to trade, that would be very interesting. Thurman lands good shots to close out the fight. You can't stop Bundu. Too tough. This will do him no harm, though. 12 rounds of good work. For all of you guys who said that Bundu would just fold over quickly, you know, I'm just going to come out and say it again. Try and if you're going to, come out and make prediction videos, do a bit of research. I don't just randomly do videos. I don't care if this sounds like I'm all up on myself right now, but I don't just randomly do videos. If I don't know nothing about boxers, I don't do videos and say this and that. I try and research something and look at the climate of where they've been fighting and look at some of the opponents and their background. Do some research. God damn. Lazy. Bundu's never been beaten in 30 plus fights, man. Defended that European title 6 times, and I'm not sure if he still has that. I assume he might have had to forfeit that if he's contesting the interim belt, the WBA interim belt. And at 40 years of age, and failing by a wide landslide at this level against one time, it's hard to see where he goes from here. But he will be able to provide very good work for any rising prospects. There's no doubt about that. Leonard Bundu. But, I'm not going to start chastising anybody, but a lot of people make a big deal about the Thurman power, and he does have power. But, I did say this was probably as tough. I think this guy was just as tough as Jan Savic, just as tough as that guy. And when you start moving up the ranks and the opponents get tougher, they don't go over. Thurman can punch, but he's not a Tommy Hearns puncher. He just isn't. He isn't a Tommy Hearns puncher, but he's a good puncher. But apart from the first round, Bundu didn't look in any danger of not finishing the 12 rounds. He didn't look in any danger at all. But nevertheless, like I said, good work for Keith Thurman. Good fight. And 2015 will be an interesting year for Thurman. Whether that fight will be enough to buy him a spot for one of Mayweather's remaining 2 fights, I'm not sure. Because, it's a lot of pressure to expect someone to keep knocking people out. It's a lot of pressure. And I don't think he felt the pressure. I think he done a very professional job. I think Thurman and, Dan Birmingham, they're consummate professionals. They knew. They're not like a lot of the fanboys. That's what I'm going to call them, the fanboys who think, yeah, he's going to knock this Euro bum over easy. No. They were very professional. They knew what was in front of them, and it was a good professional job, and that's how it has to be at this level, So, good job by Keith Thurman, and we move on.